Today, what I'm going to show you is basically how to grow your agency in 90 days based on what's working for me. And if I look over the last 12 months, the revenue of our agency has grown by over 100% year on year, which is absolutely insane. And I would say the 80/20 of that growth is based on what I'm about to show you, which is a concept called the 12-week year. Now, this is an amazing book. Would definitely recommend checking it out. But what I'm going to teach you today is exactly how to apply it for agencies so that you can grow your agency, you can scale your profits, you can get more clients, and you can basically achieve any goal that you put your mind towards because you're going to plan not just a goal, but the step by step roadmap to achieve that in just 90 days. And this is based on what's working for me. Like I said, I'm going to show you some examples of plans. I'm going to show you how the whole concept works. And I'm going to talk you through the whole mindset as well, step by step. So essentially, what we're going to try and do is try and achieve in 90 days what most companies would do in a year. So, for example, if you look at the average sort of YouTube channel, they wouldn't publish a video every single day. Most channels, they publish once per week, maybe 3 times per week, if they're feeling really motivated. For me, I can publish every single day, all year round, not feel tired, not feel burned out, etc. Because what I'm doing is basically working towards a 12-week year and trying to make every single day, every single hour of every day count so that I can grow my agency. Now, when you think in terms of 90 days rather than a whole year, you basically make every day and every hour count, right? Because there's no room for procrastination. If you plan out the next 90 days of the growth of your agency and then you miss a day or you miss a few hours here and there, maybe you watch some Netflix, etc., well, essentially, you're going to miss out on a lot of growth and you're going to fall behind on your plan. And this roadmap basically holds you very accountable because what I do is I check and go through all the actions required, which I'll show you in a second, and do everything I need to. And then it's a very binary yes or no. If I do the actions in my 90-day plan, then I'm almost guaranteed by brute force to achieve the goals I have. If I don't do the actions, then I'm not going to reach my goal and I've only got myself to blame because I procrastinated on the task that I should have been doing. It's fair game, right? And it just comes down to how bad you want it. The other benefit of this is that when you do a 12-week plan, it's much more predictable. So if you, for example, plan out 2024 and you're like, right, I want to grow my agency's MMR by, say, 50%, something like that. Well, the longer time horizon you give yourself, the more unpredictable that plan is going to be. Whereas if you plan out a 12-week year, aka 90 days, and all the actions required that you're going to do every single day, then it's far more predictable. And therefore, your plan is far more likely to work. So that is the whole concept of the 12-week year. So let me give you some examples. All right. And I'm going to give you a template that you can follow along as well if you want to create this yourself. But essentially, for my business goals and everything I want to achieve related to business, what I'm going to do for the next 90 days, and this is what I've done in Q4 of 2023, is basically plan out all the actions that I need to do every single day or every single week to achieve my goal. So I have a certain MMR figure that I want to reach, and so far we've already smashed that. But essentially, that's come down to all of these daily actions. So, for example, I know that to achieve my target MMR, and this comes down to you, I will do the following actions, right? So each day, these are the tasks, these are the regularity of the tasks, and this is how far I've got with the actual task, right? So it's very simple. It's just like, right, here's a task, here's how often I'm going to do it, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, etc. And then here's the status of that task. So for example, for my SEO YouTube channel, I'm going to post a video per day, as long as I'm getting 1,000 views per video. I'm going to do that every single day. And here's how far I've got with that. So far this quarter, I've produced 70 videos and it's the 8th of December. So I'm going to smash that target of 90 videos. And therefore, I'm much more likely to reach the MMR figure that I get. Same with my daily marketing inputs, outputs. If that is filled in every single day and all the inputs and outputs are completed, then I'll get enough sales calls to increase the MMR of my business, which is going to lead to more growth in the agency's revenue, right? And then you can see what I do daily and what I need to do each week. Now, the thing about this is you have to focus on the high leverage stuff. So I could put every single thing that I could possibly do on the spreadsheet, but that wouldn't make sense because I'd be overwhelmed with tasks that actually don't contribute to my goal. So what you'll see is that I only focus on the highest leverage stuff. So for example, focusing on increasing the profit margins, improving the YouTube videos, filling out my retention and churn rate scorecard. These are all the big levers that are going to lead to more growth in my agency. And so what you want to do when you're creating your 90-day roadmap is basically set a very clear goal in terms of your target MMR, which is monthly recurring revenue. And then from there, you can easily figure out, okay, what do I need to do every single day or every single week or every single month to achieve that target MMR? And you want to focus on the high leverage tasks that contribute directly to it. Ideally, you want to have maximum 10 tasks on this list, maybe less if you can get away with it, because that leads to more focus on doing the right tasks at the right volume required. So, for example, if I had like 20 different tasks on this list, well, then my energy would be spread and diluted across too many tasks, which would create a problem because I wouldn't have enough focus to do enough videos, for example, at the right volume required. So basically, minimizing the number of tasks on your list forces you to do less but better. So at this point, let's recap, right? You've got your 12-week year, and that's basically going to help you scale your agency because you're going to build out a 90-day roadmap and make every day and every hour count. Why are you doing 12 weeks? Because that makes it more predictable. Why do you want to focus on the tasks? Because you know if you do the actions, you get the results. If you don't do the actions, you won't reach your goal, right? Now, and so from there, the actionable stuff is to set your goal in terms of your target MMR and set the daily and weekly number of tasks required to achieve that target. You're going to focus on the high leverage stuff, maximum 5 to 10 daily tasks, and minimize the number of tasks on that list because this will force you to do less but better. And that basically means that instead of going in a million different directions with loads of different tasks and not really going very far, you can just be an essentialist, go really far in one direction towards your target MMR with less friction, which means that you are a happier agency owner. So let's talk about how to actually create the 90-day task. And I'm going to create a brand new plan directly with you today to show you exactly how it works step by step. So I'm going to open up a new tab here. And so now I have a target MMR in mind. I'm not going to share it on this video because obviously it's going to vary person to person, agency to agency, etc. But for me, here's what I think I need to do to achieve my goals. All right. And this is for 2024 Q1, right? So from the 1st of January to the end of March. And basically you want to think, okay, what is required from me daily and weekly and monthly to almost guarantee that I hit the goals that I have? So for example, if I keep producing a YouTube video every single day on my SEO channel, then I'm going to reach the goals that I have as long as I get 1,000 views per video. So I know if I do that every single day and put the regularity as daily, then I'll get more leads in. If I get more leads in, I get more traffic and sales and everything grows. Very high leverage. So that means I'll post a new YouTube video every single day. I'm going to do it daily and I'm going to do it 90 times over the next 90 days. So basically a video every single day. Now, what I also like to do is set up new systems that are high leverage. So for example, next quarter, what we might do is hire a cold caller, aka set up a new system and hire a new employee to chase up old sales leads and reschedule old sales calls. Because I know if we get more sales calls, we grow as an agency. And therefore, if we have someone who's productive and can hit their KPIs, then we're going to achieve this. Now, this is going to be a daily task because I'm going to have to recruit, I'm going to have to coach, I'm going to have to train and measure that person directly. And it's probably someone that for the first 90 days, to get them productive, I have to measure and coach them very, very closely, right? They're going to be reporting directly to me. Why? Because they bring in money to the business directly and they're going to make us more money. Very high leverage. Now, there's going to be other stuff that I need to do every single week that would drive in more sales or more growth for the agency. So, for example, if we send out a sales email, aka asking people on our email list to book in a sales call with us, that has a direct impact on the amount of sales calls we get booked in, which then leads to more growth in the business. And also it's very scalable, right? Because very high leverage, because it's low input for high output, aka it requires the same amount of time and energy to email one person as it does to email 30,000 people if you have an email list where you're emailing them twice a week. And therefore, I know this is a high leverage task that can get us 10 or 20 different sales calls booked in, which leads to more sales. And therefore, the business grows again and we get more clients in. So you really want to think in terms of, okay, what do I need to do at my agency to get more clients in, to grow the agency and scale the MMR? And what are the highest leverage levers that I can pull to grow that machine so that I can achieve my goals with the least possible effort in the shortest amount of time? And one of the other things that would be very important for me as an agency is to make sure that my team is doing all the relevant marketing inputs to get the outputs. AKA, for example, I have someone who handles my Twitter account. They post every single day. By posting every single day, we get more reach, which means we get more leads and more traffic to our agency, which then grows it as a result. But I have to make sure they're actually doing it. Otherwise, if I stop monitoring whether they're doing the work, some days are going to slip. Things that need to be done don't get done, and that creates a lot of issues. So therefore, I want to make sure that the team fills out their marketing inputs and output sheet so that we achieve what we need to. And that's going to be a daily task that is done 90 times across the next quarter. And that will be an example of everything that we need to do for 2024 to achieve the growth goals that we need. Now, what you can also do with this list of tasks is that you might end up with 15 or 20. You're like, okay, I'm not sure how to filter them down and figure out which ones are the highest leverage. Now, what you can actually do is create a RICE analysis. And basically, this is a way of looking at the reach, the impact, the confidence, and the effort required to achieve your goals based on each task, which you can then objectively measure and figure out, okay, how important is this particular task? And you can actually get ChatGPT to figure it out for you. So, for example, posting a YouTube video every single day, well, it's going to reach a lot of people. It's going to have a big impact. I'm confident that it's going to work, but it will require a lot of effort, right? It's very resource intensive. And therefore, the RICE score is going to be medium to high, aka 3. Whereas if I ensure that my team fills out their marketing inputs and outputs, well, the reach is medium, the impact is very high because it improves their performance, aka my whole team's productivity. I'm very confident that if I do it, the team is going to perform better. And the effort required is medium. It's not going to take too much to look through a spreadsheet every day and make sure my team is filled out. And therefore, the RICE score for this analysis is even higher. And then based on that, we can actually prioritize with ChatGPT the highest leverage tasks to basically guarantee that we hit our target MMR over the next 90 days. And that's essentially how to scale your agency in 90 days. Using a 90-day roadmap, you can tweak it as much as you want. And by changing your mindset to a 90-day roadmap, every day an hour counts, which means that there's no room for procrastination. And then when you set a goal in terms of your target MMR, well, you're going to figure out exactly what the highest leverage tasks to achieve the goals that you have. And finally, you can filter and tweak that, right? So you can iterate every single quarter. You can say, right, last quarter, this worked, this task didn't. Therefore, I'm going to remove this task, but keep this one in or double up. And then additionally, you have to realize that the plan you have now won't be the plan that gets you there, but there is massive value in the planning process itself because it forces you to think in terms of leverage and making better decisions. And this exercise essentially helps you calibrate the right amount of effort, energy, time, and quality required to achieve your agency's growth goals. And that's basically a 3-step process to growing and scaling your agency in just 90 days. And this is based on what's worked for me. Every single quarter for, I would say, the last 2 or 3 years, this is a process that I followed and it works really, really well. So I hope it helps you too. So thanks so much for watching. If you're an agency that wants to white label SEO, feel free to book in a free strategy session. You can get access right here. And we'll basically teach you how to scale your clients' SEO traffic, get more leads, get more sales, and help keep them for longer. If you want to get access to my free agency course that basically gives you all the proven agency SOPs, funnels, and systems that I've used to scale to multi-figures, you can get that for free. Links in the comments and description. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.